Okie dokie. We got the front panel part halfway done. This piece here is going to get cut here, and then another piece is added, just like we did this, where we did the splice for the angle and angle it the rest of the way up. But there we be. Ribs. We got ribs, boys and girls. Ribs and whatever these are. Ribs and runners. That's what we got. Ribs and runners. So anyway, started to rain. So we kind of got out of the way for a minute. I think the rain's passing, but you never know. That's the cloud responsible up there. So we'll be back with more ribs and runners, and soon to be catamaran paradise. Hey everybody, you know what that is? That's the front of the boat. This is the rest of the boat. That's the back, of course, and the stairs are in this little area here. But right now we're gonna get the front curve cut so we can put the wood on the front. Yeah. Wow. Are we good? Or want more? So getting this, what we're doing, getting this seam straight so there's no gaps. Like perfectionist. Okay, are we gonna want to number these somehow, or put some lines here? Honey, get a pen, you know, so. There we go. This is what we're cutting right here, and then we're going to put another piece of wood to make that curve. That way we know this one matches this one, honey. This one's done. Okay. Anyway, I got to go cut these two, and then there's more. How about the other two?
First cut the first one.
So they both there now, honey? We got to go cut. Well, let's go. All right, folks. What we're doing right now, we're cutting that little curved line right there. See it? That's for the bow. This is for the bow of the boat, and then we got to cut the other one on that end too. So this is one side of the boat. That's the other side. These are the two sides. So we're shaping it up for the bow. So I'm going to cut that. Camera's going to be down. You'll see the result. Paradise. All right, everybody. We are now nailing the side to the ribs, to the frame, whatever you want to call that. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what boat talk. I know bow, and I know the other end. So anyway, we're nailing. We're nailing the this on here, and then we put the plywood on the bottom. The cuts. So anyway, we are going to do a bunch of nailing. We just epoxied all that, by the way. I put a lot of epoxy on. They don't. They're always trying to save a few pesos, but I am trying to save my boat. So that end is not epoxy really thick. This end is epoxy thick. So next time I'm going to make sure we got a lot of epoxy. Lots. Paradise. Out. We are now, we've got the bottom here nailed to the bottom. And then, honey, we never made the curved front, did we? We did do that?
That's what it
Oh, that's what this is? Oh, yeah. This is it. This goes up there. Okay, yeah, this is the nose. The very tip of there. But we're going to beef this whole end up, adding stuff, because like I said, that's where the anchor goes, and we need to, and on these boats, the tip of the boat, of these boats, is the weakest, which I don't think they use for the anchor, but it's out of the water and stuff. But we're anchoring. We got cleats. In fact, I just got my cleats in yesterday from Shopee. So, and now we're going to start running nails up the ribs. There. And normally we'll build the frame first, and then we'll add the skin. But this time we're building the skin on there first, and then bending it. They're a little worried that this thing here might crack, but we already bent it. It didn't crack. We bent one. It didn't crack. So I'm assuming the rest of them, after we planed them, got them the right thickness. Originally they did feel scary, very scary, like they would crack. But anyway, now we're gonna nail all the ribs. So we'll We'll let the nailing begin or continue, and we'll be back with more from my paradise on Battalion Island. We have another boat being built right here too, right here. That's another boat. They're just getting it started. Look how long that sucker is. That's like 30, I don't know, almost 40 feet. That's a long boat. So anyway, this is only 10 feet from there to there. It looks longer, but it ain't. 10 feet. Paradise. All right. Oh, we got almost all the stuff nailed. We got like double rows here. See, up and down, up and down, up and down, and then all the way up on these ribs here. All the way up. So we got double rows everywhere. We don't have double row back here. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Yeah, honey, ask him, does he want to put 2 rows here? Junk here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I would nailing down the bow. So anyway, we're still nailing Paradise. But now we got the wood, the framing on the bow, the tip of it here. Yeah, and he told him that if that gets on the epoxy, it'll glue that to the boat. Yeah, honey, tell him he can't put that on top of epoxy.
Ani kuya, mo-glue ni siya kuya, kay plastic.
Yeah, that'll glue. Oh, if he's just holding there while he nails, then that's okay. Yeah, we panic, premature panic here. Premature panic. Besides, he's gonna glue it to the boat. Always have a clamp on the front of the boat. So anyway, this is our epoxy board here. We clean it. Nobody else does. They just get a new board every time, but we'll scrape our epoxy board and just keep using it every time that works great. Nobody else does that. They just leave a bunch of lumpy stuff on there and then throw it on the ground and walk away. And I gotta find a new piece of plywood. Do you need me to hold it? I gotta hold it. Okay. Well, the rooster was talking when I did. I don't know why they interrupt so much, but they do. But anyway, look at this. We got, it's like a mock-up. He's doing this so he can make this front little nose piece fill the hole here. See the hole right there? That's what he's filling. Got to shave and get this thing, get it just right so it slides up in there and fills the gap. So anyway, this is just kind of setting here right now. We haven't really set everything up yet. Honey, get the ruler. Is this, are he just holding it here, just so he knows? Okay, so, but still, get the ruler. Okay. So, anyway, of course the boat will bow more. We got to put spacers in between here, working our way down different lengths, and we'll get to that. In fact, I can measure those and cut those now if I wanted to. You know that? I could do that. I could be helpful. I need 2, one for the bottom, one for the top, and one at certain increments. I measure from the back and go so far, measure across, block it, go another foot and a half, 2 feet, measure it, block it, another foot and a half, measure it. Actually, when I say block it, I mean put a piece of wood across there to spread it and bend it and bow it right. So anyway, we will be back with more of this stuff. Paradise. And they said it couldn't be done. They said my boat was too wide at the back and too...
He's asking if it's okay, can you?
Yeah.
Okay,
if you need to. Is he joking or what? He needs to grind it? Yeah, honey, we can also use the power grinder. Oh, you're doing a small. Yeah, so anyway, he wanted to borrow the file. So anyway, this is the boat here. We got 25 inches back here, 24, like 19, 17, 13, and then whatever's left up front, and that worked out nicely. So what it is, you can make these narrow, and they always want to make them narrow because that's what they're used to, the little V-hole Costco boats with the tree trunk there, and your feet are always on top of each other like that when you try to walk. Well, this is a 3-cut, and you got a flat bottom And you can make them wide, as I just did, wide enough you can just stand up in. So we're going to build it like this, wide, so that I can. What it is I have to sit in here, and I'm 6 feet, 200 pounds, and I'm wide. And once we get everything done in here, the rails on this side coming out in another inch, inch and a half, a rail on this side coming in another inch, inch and a half. Everything kind of starts narrowing up more than you think. And I got to sit in the center here and paddle. Or where do I sit? Actually, where do I sit? Let's see. See where the stairs. The stairs is drawn on that one. Not. Oh no, stairs are drawn here. Yeah, yeah. Here's the stairs here. Okay, so I sit. Yeah, probably here. Right here. So the width here, which is 20, that's upside down 20, if you can see it somewhere right there, 20 upside down. So my hips have to fit in here and my knees fit here, and then I paddle on this side if I do paddle at all. Or paddle on this side, depending on which side of the catamaran this thing is. So anyway, we're looking good, folks. We're looking good. Yeah, what do you want? Hey, what does he need? So this is it, folks. 1/2 of the catamaran. And again, the sides are 24 inches tall, which gives me more depth to throw stuff in here. Like I said, this boat takes me from the shore with all my fishing gear, coolers, people, life jackets, whatever. He's squaring it up right now, so the hole is, you know, I can't do that with my hand twisted. So he's squaring it up. He really knows all the tricks. He's been building boat, I don't know how long. Most of it, if not all of his life, most of his life. So, I mean, he knows all the tricks. I know the engineering of how to connect those, but he knows how to make things square. And so, honey, what do you... But anyway, let me get involved here. Paradise out. My wife's trying to get involved, but she doesn't know engineering. She'll just go, okay. Paradise out. Hey, everybody, look at that. Somebody's been drawing on my boat. What the heck's going on? Oh, wait, this is the catamaran layout here. So, we're assuming this is the starboard or the right side. We can use boat talk. AMA. I think it's spelled O-M. O-M-A? AMA? Yeah, O-M-A. I think that's how they actually say that in catamaran. The other hole, or the hole, one of the holes. But anyway, we're drawing these lines on here. We're going to have a 2x2 going down here, across here, on the outside here, and then we're going to have a 2x4 going up here, I believe. It could be a 2x2, but I don't know. And then likewise on the inside here, we're going to have a 2x2 or 2x4 going down to the same location as that, because this will be cut out. All this area here will be cut out. This angle going down here, straight across here, and then straight up here. This will be cut out. This will be removed. And a 2x2, like I said, will go here. A 2x2 will go across here too. And the plywood deck between the two will come from there over to this one. Likewise, all that there. So 2x2s on the outside, 2x2s on the inside, and then we attach the plywood to that. And so that's where we're at right now. This is the plywood here, by the way. Right now we got 1/2 inch, and I'm questioning whether 1/2 inch is really sturdy enough to set on in that, but I think it is. And so at some point we're going to have to put runners from here going across, or runners from the front going back this way. And I'd prefer runners going this way, because if you hit a wave, it doesn't hit the runner going horizontally across to the wave and kind of slam the boat and try to push it backwards. So you're fighting waves if they ever got to be 12 inches. Well, we're going to have about a 3-inch draft is my guess, and that leaves us a 9-inch to the bottom of the well, to the bottom of the plywood, not to the bottom of this. Bottom of the plywood, we got a 9-inch of air. So we have to figure out how to make runners here here going this way that also somehow has to connect across there. You got to have something going across there. Maybe on the inside we'll put some strengthening thing. I don't know, because the runner is going this way. If we have one or two, has to connect to something going across here and has to connect to something going across here. So I got to brainstorm that one, folks. So anyway, I'm gonna drink some water. That's what that is. That's our drink bag. It's got a little insulated air bubble insulate wrap thing, and we stick our drinks in there, and they stay cold almost all day long. So we're lucky. Anyway, I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm thirsty. It's hot. I'm brainstorming paradise. I'll get back some more. Back some more. Gotta watch out. Watch your step, because see, those rocks are everywhere. Paradise.
What we're going to do today is, you see how the tops here, we have to put these things here to keep it where it is. Otherwise, it'll go in or go out. We're going to take this plywood here, and we're going to take these guys here and groove them. These little 1x2s, and groove them. He's got the perfect little grooving planer-like tool. We're going to eyeball that and get it just right. Get the good one here. It's got a little tooth and a guide right there, and it will make a groove in there. The width, see right there.
All right, folks.
We were talking about grooving this thing with that tooth tool he's got, and this is the groove right here. So this groove here sets down on to the edge of the plywood, getting the shavings out there. But yeah, all that sits down on the edge of the plywood. So that is how it's done. And then from here, they get a piece of plywood, a 3/8 piece of plywood wet, and they soak it overnight, and then that lets them bend it to form to there. But we're gonna fill this in here with wood, so making this kind of beefy up here. So I should probably figure that out. Let me go figure that out, how to do that. We had a piece of wood. We got some pieces of wood over here, some heavy duty wood over here, like these pieces here. They're nailed. I think I can shave this down and stick it down in there the way we want. So I'm going to start working on that, and we'll be back. And I may can actually do it with a smaller piece. This is a smaller piece here that might work great. Look at that one. Scraps from the boneyard, boys and girls. Using scraps from the boneyard. Let me check it out. Paradise. What do you think? Slides down in there. That's already pre-cut. Look at that. The front end is pre-cut. Slides down in there. Paradise. Out, folks. Again, when I start doing stuff, I don't always have time to stop and video, but I want to. But what we just did, normally they have this piece of wood here in the tip of the boat here, and then that's about it. And then they have this frame here going up and kind of running up to right around in here. Well, what I did, I took and added wood in here, solid blocks of wood, here to here, and down to the bottom. They're curved, so it sets in this line, and it's all epoxied in good. So we are doing good. The thing about marine epoxy, you see how we filled that hole like 4 times, and it still runs down. Marine epoxy is real runny, not super runny, but pretty dang runny. And so you gotta be careful, because even though you fill something, if there's any air down there, it'll just start slowly running out, which is fine. I want it to fill in here, and I want to fill in here. So we'll let it run here too. You can see it. This was all filled, and now it's soaking down into, they're filling all the gaps, and that's really a positive thing. I guess I shouldn't really be talking like it's not. So anyway, we are now putting these little doodads on. See right here? See, this is cut to slide up and hit here and kind of go around the edge here, and it's grooved like this, like that, down the center line there, and that fits on here. And then he notches these guys out, which he's doing with his chisel and stuff right now. He's notching the holes for the 1x1, see right there, to fit in there. So he's getting all that done right now. So we are going to be putting the gunnel, I'm going to call them gunnel rails. Maybe I'm wrong. But the sides of the boats is the gunnels, as far as I know. That's where the people with the guns sit when they're having a catamaran war. So anyway, a fishing war over fishing territory. So anyway, we're here. We're doing it. We're getting it done. And they got a long one to do there because they're making like a really long boat. They're like a 40-footer or something. I don't know what it's doing, but it's long. So they got a lot of that planing to do and grooving. And their wood's heavier than this. Theirs is like a 2x3. Mine's a 1x3. 1x2. Mine's a 1x2 because obviously smaller boat, bigger boat. So here we go. We're getting her done. And again, this nose is bent over a little bit here, right here, because see, we got this off. This should have been pushed back, and this should have been pushed back. Now we got like a little groove here, but you can see how it threw the nose off slightly. The bottom's fine. The bottom where the water, where the wood hits the water, we're perfect. We're golden. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I get my hands free so I can help. So he's cleaning up the edge so this thing slides on nicely and smoothly. Really did good work there. Amazing paradise. And this is what I was talking about. Now we're going to form this thing to fit the side of the boat. Get it down right here. Okay. It's trying to flip out right now, but that's just a matter of time how we manage this. I think we'll nail into that, like that thing there, through this thing here. How's that first? I can't let go of this or it's going to pop off. So we're going to attack it, and that'll keep it where it's supposed to be for now. There we go. That's a bit of a holder for so. Honey, do you want to come grab the back here?
Yeah, pa-assist ka na ako, kuya.
Ayun, pag sabi po po yun.
No, honey.
Ilargo siya.
No, it's okay.
Ito lang epoxied.
I'm just gonna go into the 1x2 there and just hold it in place. It's a place. Next one. These are tiny little 1x1s. They're really 3/4 by 3/4 because after they mill, they get really small. So we're tweaking this. I'm help holding it down. Oop, coming out. Oh, that one. You got to get that off. Do you want me to cut? Oh, okay. Well, that came off. There. Now it's out of the way. That board sticking up there was in our way, preventing us from doing our number. And the nail. I'm going to tack this one in. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down. You got the gist of what's going on, and I can use two hands to help.
Hey, buddy, we got top rails on, but we just made them fit. They're not epoxied yet, so now we gotta take them off and epoxy them on. So that's the next thing. But bending these things and bowing it, it's a fight. You're always scared that something's gonna snap because you're bending this wood where it don't want to bend. But we will be back. We gotta mix up the epoxy and slap it on. So paradise. Okie doke, folks. We got the top rails on now. Gunnels here are on. All the way back, nailed, epoxied, right where they're supposed to be. We got our little jet engine blaster. Oh wait, no, we got to cut this off right here. See that line right there? That's where we cut this off here. And then from here we have plywood
on the outside and plywood on the inside after we build the stairs. And you've seen stairs, my drawing of the stairs right there. Stair drawings. See how they step down? So, yeah, honey, tell him we can't build the stairs until we have the floor. Well, look what we have done today. We have got these gunnels on, as I mentioned before, maybe. This piece here. And here. Inside, outside. We've cut the steps in. You can see the steps here. This is a step tall. They call it 3-cut. 1, 2, 3. That's a 3-cut. Sometimes they call them tri-cut. You know, of course, tri means 3. But you know, those are for racing. But what the deal is, normally from here it'll suck air in, and you'll have a air bubble here that the boat is sliding on instead of water, because there's less friction through air than there is sliding on water. As slippery as water is, air is thinner and easier to slip through. So anyway, we're going to put the bottom on here maybe tomorrow after all this epoxy dries, and then we'll be able to put the steps in. Right now you can see the steps drawn on there upside down. We'll put the steps in, but we got to put the bottom in before we put the steps in. So we'll do the bottom maybe tomorrow. And then the other thing we need to do is the chines, the little wooden strips that go here to the back there, keep the boat going straight in line. So we'll do the bottom and the chines tomorrow. So anyway, enough rambling. I'm heading out. Paradise. Okay, we'll take it from the front here. Paradise out.